Here we got the server.js. Is where required express package variable declared. Sessions required session variable for server sessions. Passport over here. It's used to configure the password information. And the next is the port is the server we are running, either local or remote, like Roku, etc. The var db is the database variables, and var apps is some uh, the boilerplates information, uh, and also saying that our public folder and the files are static, and we're keeping track of our users login status, and that's what this is. And these are just API routes for HTML and API, and syncing our database, equalize sync. Then we console log in the terminal that we are listening on this local host 8080. Next is our package JSONs, list of our dependencies, scripts, the versions of each dependencies, the license, version number, etc., and then all the required npm to run these apps. So all these guys are right here. Next is our config JSONs. Pretty much these are just my SQL info that the app is going to use. It's the configuration of SQL. And passport is where password verifications have. For example, starting from line 7 is saying that we need to find correct emails in the database, and if not found, then we'll send back a message saying incorrect emails, and the same thing as passwords and all that. In our middleware folder, we got isauthenticated.js for restricting routes for user. It's not allowed to visit if not logged in, saying that if your input is wrong, then we'll redirect you back to the login page. Then on our models folder, we got the index file over here, used to restrict. Basically, this is saying it's conditional. So go into MySQL to check the database and call up the username and passwords that are in there. It also creates new entries, associates, and establish, and export database, all the good stuff. The user JS, the files where we create new user and store in the SQL database and encrypt and decrypt passwords, also saying to automatically takes in the user's passwords and encrypt, decrypt, hash it, and makes a number of password characters, then return it to the user. And node modules is pretty much our npm packages. On our route folder, we got HTML routes. These are server routes for the HTML pages. Establish paths, authenticate using is authenticate.js and gets imported here. And then experts and route to login page or member page, etc. And API routes requires models and passports to export API login. So it's saying whatever's info gets put in, we want to send a response for an authenticated users. Also can post, will log out, or redirect, 401 page and all that. On our public folder over here, it's just for displaying different HTML files, and where the CSS files located for stylings and scripts, JavaScript for login, members, and sign up, or useful function for functionalities, and connecting everything together to work as expected. Thank you very much.